Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD 45.
Hello, Adrian. Hello, fellow humans.
People of Earth, how are you?
Welcome to The Dish, our DOD 45 show extended content from last week's episode with Candy's 22, where they will be revealing their first, worst, and thirsts. Before we sit down to get dished, Adrian and I will do some table setting. Follow us on Instagram at ArtByTai. That's where you can find posts regarding my artwork. And follow us at DOD45W. That's where you'll find posts about this podcast. Those are on Instagram. Most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel, the ArtByTai YouTube channel, so that you'll be notified when new episodes are coming out every Wednesday night, right here on our channel. If you have any first, worst, thirst questions that you think are good, email them to us at ty@dod45.com or just post them to our Instagram at dod45w. Sometimes you may not even realize that, wouldn't it be funny to ask someone when their first blah, 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 blah is? So once you start thinking about them, I promise you, they don't go away. I'm constantly thinking of them. Let me, real quick, before we go right into the dish, just a few things. I want to thank Mr. Dibbs for him coming out to my Intrinsic art show in Chicago and DJing the show. It was just awesome to have him there. And I don't know if I should point out, but he did that as a favor to me. I offered to pay him for the gig and all that, but he did it as a favor to us. So that, I can't thank him enough for that, because it was just really cool to have him there. And if you've never seen Dibbs set live, like if you get a chance anywhere, anytime, jump on that, because he's pretty fucking fantastic at what he does. That was a fun show, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, that was very, very
nice
fun.
to see Laura too.
Yes.
And Brett Fullerton.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so last week you watched the Candy's 22 episode. While I was editing the episode, I realized there's so much that I don't know. But I never fully jumped into Cronenberg films. Cronenberg's the director. But when I was editing the episode, Existereo was talking about that movie, the Naked Lunch movie. I was catching on to so much of what he was talking about when I was editing it that I didn't even know what he was talking about while we were recording it. It was just a nice experience. So I'm hoping that you're getting that while you're watching these episodes. Like when someone's talking about something I'm hoping that you're getting that feeling of like, it feels good. You know what I mean, Adrian? Like when you're watching something, like if you were to watch an interview and like a famous person started talking about beehives, or you know what I mean? Like just something that you're familiar with.
Dirt.
Or start talking about your hometown, like if someone starts talking.
I know
like,
what you mean.
It's just a good feeling, and I'm hoping that that's what you guys what you guys are experiencing from our episodes. Anyway, okay, I think the table's set. Unless you have something you want to say, Adrian, before we go in. All right, the table's been set. The Dish with Candy's 22. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, let's hash this out. Time for y'all to service up your dishes with our segment, The Dish, First, Worst, and Thirsts. What was the first concert you went to?
Jackson 5 Victory Tour.
Oh.
Whoa.
That I remember. My dad was in the music industry and I saw stuff before that, but I was too young to remember. The Victory Tour was trippy as shit. They're on some moonwalker shit, like, everything was all space and lasers, and it was really cool. And it was visually impressive, because it was still Michael Jackson has already been Michael Jackson at that point, and going back to the Jackson. It was like a weird big deal that I didn't really understand at the time. I also saw like the Born in the USA tour around that time, and the US Festival. Like my dad was in the industry, so I got to go do a bunch of kind of cool shit. Really young, and I had no idea how fortunate I was.
If the first show is the first one ever, not sure what it is. I think it's Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton.
Wow.
Yeah. If it was the first show that I just went to like with my friends, it was Striper.
Yeah. How old were you? Do you remember how old you are when you?
I think I was 12. I think I was 12, and me and my friend Ace, he went to a lot of shows. I hadn't started going to shows yet. And he's like, let's fucking go to this. So I was like, all right, let's do it.
Fucking awesome. That's a nice 12-year-old experience. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Drew Barrymore. I went to school with her. When I was
really?
in 3rd grade. She was in 4th or 5th grade. Post ET. Around Firestarter time.
Firestarter,
did
yeah.
Firestarter when we were in school together.
Oh, how
And
cool.
Breckenmeyer went there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good crush to have, especially if she goes to your school with you.
Yeah, I saw you in person.
Did you know her as an actor before you realized she was a...
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was like a big deal. It's like Drew Barrymore goes to this school. You know, even as a little kid, it's like, you know, I lived in Hollywood. I grew up in Hollywood, more or less. A lot of actors went to that school. I don't really remember them or give a shit to, other than like Drew Barrymore and only Breckenmeyer, because somebody else I knew from there was like, he was 1 grade, you used to play with him. And I'm like, I don't remember that dude at all, you know, but whatever. But I was in like the 3rd grade, you know, I was super young. I was sniffing like gas at that time and hanging out with the son of the drummer from Rush, I think, his son Casey Masters, or Journey or Rush, one of those two dad's the drummer for it. And he used to grow pot. His mom grew pot in her attic, but it was all asbestos pot. And they had a Galaga fucking game that you could, flat bar stool game, and we just play that shit. And he was older. They're all high school kids. I lived in the hills, and so you were stuck. If you didn't have a car, you hung out with who you hung out with. And so all these older kids, I get stoned with them. We'd sniff fucking gas. They showed me the worst shit out of mopeds with like the, you know, and I hallucinate. I know that fried my poor little brain.
Yeah, isn't gas, I mean, seriously, I've never done heroin, but isn't gas like one of the worst?
Yeah, this shit is not good. I mean, I never hallucinate. I mean, I was young and probably more susceptible, but that's immediate, like, I saw Star Wars figures with peg legs into the ground spinning around saying Odyssey, Odyssey, Odyssey. I saw so much weird shit that I still don't remember to this day. I've taken years of acid and hallucinogenics my whole life. I was a leader of a fucking graffiti crew named after acid, LSD. Like, we love acid, you know what I mean? And I don't remember any. I don't remember none of that shit like that. But his memories are like, no, you saw some shit, you know?
Yeah. Did you have a celebrity crush, Barfly?
I think my first celebrity crush was probably Jacqueline Smith.
Hell yeah, Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
And Farrah Fawcett's like my poster crush, you know what I mean? And so like Charlie's Angels and fucking Farrah Fawcett, Fall Guy, all that time.
Oh yeah. What was wait, who was the girl? What was her name in Fall Guy?
There's two. There's Heather Locklear and Heather Thomas.
Yeah, the other, yeah,
something like that. But Locklear obviously went on to, you know, Motley Crue, Melrose Place. Yeah.
All right, first time you got stitches.
I think it was this thumb right here. I had a trigger thumb when I was a kid, so they had to do like some kind of fucking surgery, some procedure on it, so it straightened out.
Wait, what's a trigger thumb?
I don't know. I guess it's just a thumb that doesn't straighten out.
Oh, and so they put it back together.
Walk around like this.
Oh, yeah.
I would have just been like this forever, man.
Yeah, they'd reattach your ligaments or something.
Oh.
I wanted to literally be the Fall Guy when I was little. I thought I was going to be a stuntman, and so like kids weren't allowed to come play at my house anymore because they break their bones and shit. I'd jump off a roof and be like, "Yeah, you don't have to do it," and they do it because, of course. And so I was always in medical stuff, but I never broke a bone until high school. I got my nose broke, and then I think I got my nose broke like 15 more times in the next 5 years. And I just couldn't stop breaking bones at that point. Hips and fucking elbows and all kinds of shit. I was very resilient as a child, and then that went away. So, but I can't remember the first stitches. I think this is a sad mommy dear story. My mom slapped me in the face when I was like a baby. and with the diamond ring, and fucking it gashed my face, and I still have a scar on my face from it to this day. That's that. So that's probably my first stitches.
I was just thinking when you were telling your other story, I was thinking, were you a handful for your parents?
They bite them off with smokes.
I mean, if they were parents, I probably would have been. You know what I mean? Like, but
okay.
You know, like my mom was my sister, like my older, like we'd fight like mom and brothers,
like siblings.
And my dad was just removed from reality. He's just so kind of Hollywood, and like I mean, even they're like, oh, it was a different time back then. In the '80s, you could ride in the back of a pickup. My family's been buying me cartons of cigarettes since I was in 7th grade. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could smoke at restaurants with my family. My friends would come hang out and spend the night or something. We're going to like fucking, astronaut camp or some childish shit. And then we go to dinner and I'm smoking at the table and they're just like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, my family doesn't care. Like, do it here. You want to smoke? You want to drink? They don't give a fuck. Right. So just don't do nothing stupid and you'll be fine. My mom encouraged bad behavior. She loved it when I got in trouble. My mom got me expelled from Catholic school. I got in a fight with the kid. I hit him. I used to go to Catholic school. There's people I'm mentioning that I don't want to anymore. But Andre Legacy, fucking Metfly. I don't know if you know who that is. One of Mickey Avalon homies. We went to Catholic school, 2nd and 3rd grade in Beverly fucking Hills. But I hit this kid in the face with a fucking book bag full of Ninja Stars because I used to sell them for like way more. You could get it for 50 cents, $1 in the Kung Fu magazines. I sell them for $5 to $10 to Beverly Hills kids. This is 2nd fucking grade. I hit a kid in the face with it. He went down blood. My mom had to come. Not a big deal. The nuns got to beat me there and all that type of shit. It was a Catholic school. Good Shepherd, Beverly Hills. But fucking my mom came. I was only getting suspended. My mom came pick me up. She was on mushrooms in a zebra mini skirt. Zebra white with a fucking tank top and a neon green tie that's not tied and white raven, and her and my aunt just did each other's Aquanet fucking hair. I got expelled on the spot. They were just like, you're done, we don't need you. So that's my mom. She was always more an advocate and be like, my son did no wrong. And then when we get home, she'd be pissed. But, she loved it. She thought it was funny. My dad is just removed, so.
Well, they can't, as long as everything, you're still alive, so it was made for good.
I was taught good lessons. Like, don't get me wrong, there wasn't like morality and stuff. Like, I learned a lot.
Sure.
And, my dad was wealthy and my mom was poor. My mom's side of the family was all truckers and bikers and dirt roads and, fucking mayonnaise sandwich living and shit. And my dad's side of the family is old money, fucking caviar, pass me the Great Poupon type of shit. And like I said, 2 to 3 schools a year. It wasn't because they moved. I got kicked out of my dad's to my mom, kicked out of my mom to my dad, kicked out of my dad to my mom, and this boo, boo, boo. And my mom would always be somewhere else with some new boyfriend, but my dad was always in Hollywood. So I go, Hollywood, fucking San Diego, Hollywood, Hollywood, Santa Cruz, Hollywood, Malibu. But I learned a lot, and I got to live both lives and put shoes in every situation and be a poor kid and be a rich kid and be entitled and be fucking,
Those are good life lessons.
Fuck yeah, especially like back to back. Like when I'd come from some Beverly Hills shit with my, 6th grade fucking neon orange Reeboks and shit to my family who was like barely getting, government cheese and shit. And I'm like, that car's a piece, and my uncle pulled me aside and be like, you don't like the sound? I don't have enough for my family, and we're giving even less to my family to give you some of it. And these like fucking, whoa, you know what I mean? Like I had good role models. They just weren't around me a lot. But when they were, it mattered,
Right. Yeah.
I was a problem child. I have a huge arrest record. They wouldn't close my juvenile record as an adult and all these things you're supposed to get. But my records say things that aren't the actual situation. It says like possession of federal explosives. I had dog repellent from a fucking mailman. It's not federal explosives, but that's what the FBI report says. That's what my arrest thing says. That's when I try to get Canada, it says. But I'm like, why doesn't it say what the judge acknowledged that it's dog repellent? And let's lessen this. But
you need a friend on the inside.
Yeah, so on paper, I look like a really fucking terrible person.
What was your first motorcycle?
I used to be a sponsored BMX racer in Riverside and all that shit. And there's a lot of dirt tracks and a lot of motocross stuff. So I've been dirt biking since like 6th, 7th, 5th grade.
Was that what you started on as a dirt bike?
Yeah, that was the first 2-wheel thing I ever rode. But then in LA, my dad would always get me these Pooch scooters. They're like kind of like mopeds with pedals, but they're like little motor. They're a little more motorcycle-y than a scooter though. But they do have pedals. It's a weird situation, and they kind of bum the fuck out. I'm talking like 13, 8th grade type shit. My dad give me these, whereas the schools would be like, you can't drive this to school. You need a license. I'm like, talk to my dad. You know, but anyway, I've had that shit. I've been on 2 wheels a lot. I love 2 wheels. But my first like real big boy motorcycle was something I kind of got talked into, but I wanted. It was a Triumph Super Sport Triple Daytona 333. It wasn't even street legal. It's a track race bike. It was so fucking fast and huge. It looked like a Ninja or some street bike, but massive, towered over regular street. And I'm not a big dude, you know, whatever. But that was my first like street bike, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to go fast all the time between everybody. Oh yeah. Always. And then I got a Harley, and that was my friends talked me into a chopper, and not talked me into, but just, you know, were like, you want this, because it was a good buy at the time. I wouldn't have did it unless it was a situation. But then that was it. I fell in love. Rigid choppers, no shocks, fuck brakes, jockey shifts, open primaries, everything that can cut your feet off. And, you know, the most dangerous shit. I've crashed a lot. I'm not a naive rider. I've been hit many times and hospitalized, but I love riding. It's the greatest.
Yeah, I love bike culture. What was Barfly? What was your first car?
A 1980 Toyota Celica.
Hell yeah.
What color was it?
Silver.
Did you do?
We had a Celica.
You had a Celica?
No, our family.
I just acquired these 2 cars that are really badass, but this guy I got them from, he has a shitload of cars. And he had the coolest Celica I've ever seen in my fucking life. I didn't know that it might have been the 70s. I'll show you the picture. Yeah. I don't know what the 80s. It had a skull emblem on the front. Obviously somebody put there. But this guy's collection was like fast stuff, you know, so it wasn't there for no reason. And I was like, Celicas are badass? I had no idea. Like, when was that a thing?
It was a thing ever since Barfly owned one.
Yeah.
What was the first time you got scared from a movie?
Probably The Exorcist.
Yeah,
that's a good one. My first memory of a movie I didn't like was Clockwork Orange. That shit, as a very young child, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? But
that's not one to see when you're young because you can't really make sense of it.
I got to watch Fritz the Cat. I had my own fucking VHS cat. This is like fucking first grade, kindergarten style, you know what I mean? The first music I remember hearing is Black Sabbath. That was my dad's clients. And so it's just like, things like that. There wasn't a lot of filtering or censorship. You know, there wasn't a lot going on in the 70s in the first place, let alone in my household. So the extra on top of it was like, here's your fucking cartoon cat porno, you know, like whatever. You know. I got in trouble for smoking at that time. Like I was a fucking weird kid. So, but it was because I thought we were supposed to be watching Bugsy Malone and these movies where all the kids are smoking. And you're just like, whatever, over the edge. Yeah, I'm supposed to set my school on fire, aren't I? Like, you know,
they were doing it in the movies.
It's what you're showing me.
When was the first time you got drunk? Oh, I guess yours was young.
And that would be me and Ace again. It was probably after Striper. Drinking by the railroad tracks with some hashers.
There is something fun about that kind of getting drunk though when you're like when you're that young.
You're just teenage. Like, fuck it. This schnapps tastes like mouthwash, but I'm gonna roll with it.
The schnapps tastes like schnapsberries. I never had good experiences as a youngster drinking, but I've been smoking weed since like second grade, like with my family, you know, like I got brought home with Casey Masters from being stoned in second grade. And my mom, 3 times when I was little, my mom was like, they put PCP in weed, you're going to smoke with me, I got to see what it's like. And then from then on out, we just smoked weed and it was fine. But whenever I would drink and like try to like steal some drinks at the party or whatever, I fucking violently throw up. And up until like, you know, 8th grade, 9th grade, I was just like, I'd throw up every time we drink. And I was like, it's not for me. I shouldn't drink. Until I was trying to kick heroin and fucking someone's like, you should drink this bottle of whiskey. And I was like, I'll be sick. And they're like, well, don't smoke weed. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, well, if you're smoking a bunch of weed and you get drunk and you're not acclimated, it'll make you sick. And I was like, wait, what? My whole life I've been throwing up from booze because I'm stoned, you know? Like, I didn't fucking know. We're the odd couple, you know? I'm Burroughs and he's Bukowski, you know? It's like the junkie and the drunk, you know? Balance each other out.
You do. It's a perfect It's a perfect union.
It's a fucking, ding dong, a yin yang, fucking.
When was the first time you cried watching a movie?
Watership Down, another great fucking movie. I got to see in like kindergarten.
That's the cartoon, right? Fiverr?
Yeah, man.
What about you, Barfly?
I figure it's got to be Bambi or Old Yeller, but I don't
Oh.
remember. Like, I just remember being really mad.
The Bambi one is for sure. That one you cry because mom
Probably. Most
dies.
likely.
But what happens in Old Yeller? Does Old Yeller die?
Yeah, the kid has to shoot him because he has rabies.
That's
He has to kill his own. They made me watch that in fucking Catholic school, second grade. I was like, you people suck, man.
I hated that.
Yeah, and Ben, remember Ben? That shit was sad there. Ben, my only friend. The Rats.
Oh, I don't know that one.
know that one.
What? They made a remake with Crispin Glover called Willard. But
Oh yeah, the Willard. Oh, is that what Willard's a remake of that?
yeah, the OG's called
Oh.
Ben, and it's not as weird. It's like some 70s, kid jumps off the diving board into the alligator pool movie. But it's a rat movie, and it's sad as fuck, dude.
Huh. Well, then I'm not gonna watch it. I fucking hate crying from movies, but then I kind of like it.
It's like Cujo, it's like it's your buddy, and now he's killing everyone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. What was your first run, like real run-in with the law?
Oh, God. Yeah, you got one?
Yeah, I always got one. Second grade, so I got brought home multiple times, stoned. My school, the Beverly Hills school, the fucking Catholic school, the school was here and the playground was here and there was an alley in between. And it was a few blocks from Beverly Hills High School. And all my friends from the hilltop, who were high school kids, would ditch and they'd come to the end of my alley, which is a Catholic school. And I have a little Catholic outfit and I'm a second grader with a backpack. And you cross the playground, but my friends would be down there like, come on. I'd fucking bone out. And the nuns would lose their shit because I'm a little tiny kid running away from their custody with a bunch of kids with like Iron Maiden shirts on and shit. And then we go to Westwood and smoke hella weed and go to fucking Mr. Wong's arcade and Westworld and all the arcades. And then I'd always be out after curfew and everybody get in trouble for being out after curfew. But I was a little fucking kid, you know what I mean? I see pictures of me in 8th grade and I look like I shouldn't be where I was. I can't imagine what I look like in 2nd grade in a Catholic school uniform loaded behind an arcade. So multiple times I got brought home by police in that situation. But not actually arrested, but brought home.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I got arrested with Mila Jovovich and Casey Kasem's daughter in 8th grade.
Oh shit.
Yeah. We're doing graffiti in Beverly Hills. That's funny. Yeah.
Well, what about you, Barfly? You got one?
I was at Fender's in Long Beach. It was like probably 1987, maybe. It was after the show and we were trying to find the freeway. And there's these two Crips with their trunk like just barely shut right out in front of this liquor store. And I'm just like, fuck it. Let's ask them for directions to the freeway. And so, yeah, I go and ask them for directions to the freeway. There's some more salacious details to this story. I'm just going to keep it brief. Cut to the chase. I got directions to the freeway. Those were cops.
Oh.
Cut to the chase. Remember the rape scene in Pulp Fiction?
Who was the first rapper you heard that set the wheels in motion for you?
Debbie Harry.
Wow.
I probably heard Debbie Harry as rap, not realizing it was rap. I know I heard all those Fab Five Freddy songs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was like 5th grade when my homeboy gave me a King of Rock tape, and that shit just changed my life kind of. And that was a real rapid growth moment for rap because like Run DMC immediately came out with the next shit. I think it was Raising Hell. That was 5th to 6th grade for me. I don't know if the albums were back to back, but I got in 5th grade King of Rock, and then 6th grade Raising Hell came out, but along with like Beasties and fucking Cool Mo D and LL and the whole Crush Groove movement. I saw that movie, and like I'm a music fan. I grew up around music, and I still am an avid, diverse music fan. But rap will always be the thing to me that was like, oh shit, you can be anything. Like, especially after seeing Beasties and shit. And I don't mean like intergalactic Beasties. I'm talking about she's alien.
No, yeah. Yeah,
Free
absolutely.
fucking license to ill Beasties,
Yeah.
And like just like, man, you can take from all the things you love and bring it into this and make it your version, whether it's a sample or a style or whatever, you know what I mean? It just seemed like this vast thing that wasn't pigeonholed, where you didn't have to have this outfit on or be this type of person. Even though it kind of went in and out of that over time, it always evolves, you know, and everything now is a melting pot. And I don't know if it's a good thing, but it's not a bad thing, you know. Yeah, it was definitely that time period, that like fucking LL Cool J, you know, I Need Love, you know.
I Need Love.
Yeah, Raising Hell, the Beasties tour, Raising Hell. And then from there, I just became a psycho fan. And then, like, you know, Beasties are like perfect example of growth and all that shit. Like, you know, they're just like, to me, like there's certain people I'm glad I admired, and I'm glad I'm still able to admire.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, for
most
sure.
of my heroes, half the time, if anybody at this point is like, oh, dude, you like so-and-so rapper, you want to meet him? I'm like, nope. Because I want to like the music still. You know what I mean? Most rappers, probably me fucking included, are nightmare people. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like not normal. They got to be a little, you know, especially underground rappers, and especially if you got interesting music. You know, you're probably reality. You know, you have your own, you know, reality a bit. You know, you're not removed and crazy, but you have your own way.
Those are the kind of people we fucking love hanging out with on our show. Oh, let's go into the worsts. We'll go into the worsts and the favorites, and then we'll let you guys get out of here. What's the worst sound? Just the fucking worst sound.
Alarm clocks.
Which one? Like an analog alarm clock, or the fucking
there's this one digital
one
alarm clock I remember that just is harsh, soul rending. I was using the one of those really innocuous melodic alarms that's on the phone at one point, and I started to hate that.
Yeah, and
that's a horrible sound after, you know, if you're like using it to wake yourself.
Yeah, I think anything in repetition that you don't want to hear,
you don't want to wake.
Hate.
Yeah, you know, maybe wants to.
Adrian had an alarm on her phone because she homeschooled our kids, but there was an alarm that would go this particular one that would go off when they had school, and now I hear it and it fucking I just hate it.
That was when they were in public school to remind me to get them there on time.
Oh, that's right. I hate that sound. When I hear it come on the phone, I'm like, oh, I fucking hate that sound.
It's been recoded. It now means fuck. God damn it! What the fuck?
As a graffiti writer, it's problematic for me. The worst sound I cannot stand scribing. Fucking glass, scribing your name in glass. Mirrors and shit. It's
like fingernails on chalkboard.
Yeah, it's real rough.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a whole weird like auditory study that just happened where, I don't want to sidetrack on some weird shit too hard, but basically this is fascinating to me because, you know, when you play your homie, you have somebody, you respect their opinion, they have interest in culture, diversity, or whatever, but you're playing them music, they like music, but they're not big music fans. You're playing them something like a beautiful song, Janis Joplin, Jimi, whatever the fuck, Chopin, whatever the thing is that makes your arm hair stand up, you know? Almost half the humans in the world don't have the neurological processing to get that emotional response.
Oh.
What?
Yes, look it up. Look up about arm hair response in music. Wow. It's a whole thing. So it's not that they're fucking don't feel that song. They don't feel music like that. But they like music because they're supposed to like music. They like art, and that's why they buy Live, Laugh, Love at Target and put it on their wall. You know what I mean? Because it's look, I have art. But you know what I mean? It's a representation of a thing as opposed to something that evokes emotions, because they don't get emotional response, and so they don't process not having that emotional response.
Wait, did you say half the public?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, this is like some internet shit I read, but I've seen it multiple times. It could be some total bullshit, who knows? But it looked I've seen it multiple times, and I've mentioned it a few times because it made so much click to me. Because I'd be playing things for people where I'm just like, how can you not like music?
Yeah.
Listen to this. It's not a rap, or it's not about a genre. Listen to what it is, you know? And I couldn't find anything across any musical category that they would respond in that way to. And I was like, are you dead inside? But they're not. They're living and interesting, and, you know, like, they're not robots. They have, you know, personality, but they just don't get the same emotional response.
Oh, okay.
They get joy.
Pretty bleak to me. Oh, they do get joy from it?
Which, you know what I mean? But it's the representation of joy. It's like
Wait a
live, laugh,
second.
love. You know, like they get
Are
joy
these
from
people
that.
musicians?
Probably, yeah. Right? Is
That
that the
is
label
interesting.
owners?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's people that get.
But yeah, look it up.
Oh.
It's very, very interesting to me.
Yeah, it's that seems like a real bummer to me to not be able to enjoy, like thoroughly enjoy music or art.
I don't understand how somebody can't be passionate at least about one group or something where it's like, how does this not mean the world to you? You know what I mean? Because I have a fucking arsenal of shit I could say that's important and whatever, from Edith Piaf to Madonna to like, it's not about a category or a visual stance. It's like this music. It's this feeling invoked, Not saying those are the ones, but I just mean like it's music. It's not about you should like hip hop or you should like punk. It's like, no, something musically should speak to you. And now I get it. Like, oh, you can't process it. Like that makes a lot more sense.
That's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
What's the worst word?
Right now, I really want people to stop saying trauma.
Oh, yeah. Everything's trauma.
It is.
We should change it to trauma.
Fucking
Trauma films.
Man, that's so Toxic Avenger.
that's cool. I like that. I'm currently dealing with some toxic adventure.
Yeah. Some toxic drama that you could change little letters. Fucking Toxic Avenger. Trauma.
Toxic Adventure would probably be a pretty good Candy's 22 album title.
Toxic Adventure?
Yeah.
Adventure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Toxic Adventure?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. What about worst place to get drunk?
Jail.
Did you say jail?
Yes.
I've only served, I've only been in jail for like a night, or not one night was the longest I ever spent.
Oh, no, he's got a membership. He gets rewards points.
Rewards points.
But you're saying that's the worst place to be drunk or the worst place to get drunk?
Both.
Yeah.
All the places that you could be drunk.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's the difference with our habits. You know what's pretty cool in jail? Heroin.
Sure.
As jail experiences go, I guess being drunk ain't the worst of them. That's a pretty good one. But still, best jail experience is probably like imagine doing it outside.
Imagine doing it when. What's the worst city?
They're all kind of shit at this point, aren't they? It just feels so petty, like picking one. They're all fun.
Yeah.
They're absolutely nuked.
Well, now I remember that St. Louis was.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but yeah. But I try to change my stance and growth, right? Growth. So it's like there's beauty and shit everywhere, and you just got to be able to find it and look for it. And you know what I mean? I'm sure there's great things there. I just didn't get to experience.
Yeah.
It. There's places I think are gonna suck, or I remember sucking, and then I have a good time there. I'm like, oh, this is not what I remember. I remember it because I remember it that way. I put this thing in my head,
Yeah.
Everything's got something to offer. It just might not be what you were looking for at that moment. Doesn't mean it's not worth seeing, Like before it was like fucking blinders, Where's the drugs? Where's the chicks? Where's the hip hop? Where's the fucking, now it's like, oh, I'll go look at your national rock or whatever the fuck, Sure.
I'll go to the park and stare at your cannon.
Yeah, I like looking at old cannons. Let's go.
What's the worst part about camping?
Camping.
Bugs.
My wife's an avid camper. She camps by herself. Yeah, she's nuts about it. But
getting bit by bugs. That's it. That's the only real bad thing.
I'm not against it. I do it more than I'd like to just because of the bike situations and rolling and stuff. And people are like, we're not getting hotels. All this old school biker mentality bullshit. But it's fucking fuck all that.
What's the worst way to die?
Sharks.
Man.
Oh, shark.
This made me think of this fucking squirrel that got he got caught on a chain link fence. I just feel like that was horrible for him.
Shit, that's a fucked up. They're usually pretty good. They got great balance. How does he?
Yeah, be careful. I got my leg stuck on a chain link fence once.
You did. I got bucked off of a horse onto one on top. Yeah, that was fucking awful.
I got fucked up. We had to run from these people, and in Lake Elsinore, there's track homes. And so it'd be like a backyard and then dip, backyard dip, backyard dip. And so we were jumping over, like, because we were high to low. And we jumped, and these fucking people had a trampoline, right? And a big one. And I flew, it was like 6th, 7th grade. And I landed on the fence, but like this, hanging upside down with my thighs, the fence, the teeth in my skin, and it dug all the way to my knees. And I was holding there by my knees. And they couldn't pull me off. They had to lift me up over because it was fucked up. Yeah. We still got away. I got away though. But yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that sucks. I'll take that into a worst injury suffering too. What's the worst hairstyle you ever had?
I got a punishment haircut once. Yeah, I was 9 years old, and I got suspended. So my mom picked me up from school, and she took me to the barber shop. And this haircut, like, I cannot exaggerate. It was fucked. It looked like, remember Prince Valiant? Are you old enough to know the Prince Valiant comic strip in the fucking Sunday papers? It looked like that page boy haircut that Prince Valiant had. It was insane. And because I'm pretty pig-headed, I wasn't gonna show any emotion about it. I just bought some glasses that looked like shit and insisted that it was a fucking awesome style. And because I was not going to let my mother have double satisfaction of knowing that her punishment haircut was punishment at all. So I looked like a fucking idiot for, about 3 weeks before she finally gave in. And it was like, I'm taking you to Great Clips or wherever the fuck, Supercuts. And got it all fixed up all nice and tidy. Fantastic Sam. So yeah, Fantastic Sam fixed this.
That's a good punishment. That's a nice punishment. I
like it. It was.
I never even heard of it. A nice fucking.
It was a terrible punishment.
What's the worst smell?
I'll get my skunk.
Burning plastic smells pretty bad.
For like a funny answer, my wife gets this like naive deodorant or whatever for us. I forgot what it's called. There's like a coconut something. It smells like vomit. Like fucking vomit. And it's always the last we have left of it because we're out of the other shit and we have to use it because it's there and it's gross. It's fucking disgusting. I want to see the A&R, the fucking research and development meeting on that one. That shit is gross.
Yeah, 2% of their budget goes into the fragrance.
But like vinegar is real hard for me to smell because it reminds me of cooking fucking heroin. If I smell that, it's that same kind of like, I can't even eat vinegar and chips or certain mustards because it gives me the same weirdness.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't trip out, but it just kind of like reminds me.
Yucky feeling.
I didn't like that smell or flavor then. It was just more of a necessity thing.
What was the worst teacher you ever had?
I don't know that I had like any teachers that were terrible. I remember there was a fucking high school football coach at my high school that wound up marrying one of his students. I guess he wasn't so great.
Was she still a student when him when they got married?
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they waited.
Oh, that's funny.
18, let's go.
Yeah, don't we have a friend that married a student?
No.
Yeah. What?
She's like, no, don't say on our goddamn internet.
Oh, but he was like,
he was pretty
young.
He was
like 22.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm like 10 years older than my wife, but we're 40 and 50. You know?
Okay, let's go into your favorites. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite reality show?
No.
Good answer.
Yeah, great answer. I fucking hate reality TV. Favorite vehicle that you owned over your lifetime?
Yes. Yeah, I had a '69 Impala that I liked when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know what a Little Red Express is? 78, 79 is a Dodge pickup, and it had fucking smokestacks and wood panels. And it's a badass car. It had a catalytic converter slip up at that time where it got to get off into the roads improperly. So it was the fastest production line truck at that time, but by accident, you know. And but they were really low numbers, and everybody turned them into wheelie trucks with drag strips and stuff because they had fucking chrome stack, you know. They're red. They're called Little Red Express. You look it up.
That's what that was what you had?
That's what I got one.
Nice.
Yeah. With 53,000 original miles.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm really happy about it. Yeah.
Do either of you guys have a favorite comedian?
Yeah, I mean, right? Bill Burr is fucking funny as shit to me. You know, I mean, he's getting crotchety, but he's funny.
That's what's funny about him.
Yeah, but he's getting, you know, it's like he gets a little rough on some shit, but he's growing, so whatever. He knows himself.
What about you, Barfly? You got a favorite comedian?
Not really. I love Mitch Hedberg.
Okay.
Little Mitch Hedberg, little Rodney Dangerfield, you know, mix it up.
Yeah. Oh man, fucking, I miss Rodney.
Yeah. I smoked a joint with Rodney Dangerfield. That's for another podcast.
How great!
He was hanging out with the high school kids when you were in second grade.
Anger got married in the building he lived in, and he was swimming at the pool while we were sneaking off, smoking a joint in fucking, you know, suits. And he was like, hey, and he had his own weed, and we all smoked. And he was funny as shit. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great memory. I fucking love me some fucking Rodney Dangerfield.
You could probably fill a podcast just with the fucking some of these ridiculous stories.
Man, I love stories.
Yeah, you might want to think about writing a book.
You should.
I have a friend in Sweden, a girl who's a writer, and she's planning that shit because I've known her for a long time, and every time I tell her my life situation currently, it used to be way more disastrous and interesting before I got married. Now I'm pretty normal. Right. But back then it was a fucking antics show. It was fun as shit to watch. You know, it was its own reality disaster show. And so she's like, I'm gonna write your life story. But every time we talk, she's like, it's still going on. You know, like it's still, we gotta kind of wait. Like this is insane. Like when are you gonna just chill the fuck out? Because even in this state and doing this stuff and retiring, living in the woods, I went and did all this motorcycle club shit. I did all this stupid ass. I don't know. I'm just drawn to stupidity, man. I fucking love it. You know, I can't not be a part of something that's wrong. I don't know why. It's ingrained in me.
Do you have a favorite action star, like an action movie star?
I guess Keanu Reeves.
Are you going Keanu Reeves action star from John Wick's?
Point Break.
Point Break. Bill and Ted, dude. What are you talking about? That elevator was crazy. Yeah.
Point Break, Johnny Utah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a pretty fucking fantastic movie, actually.
You want to hear another coincidence?
Yeah.
Chris Pettiger, who was a friend of mine, he's a kid in the surf shop in the beginning when they go in, and there's some young kid who's like working there.
Blonde kid?
Yeah, that was my homie. Yeah, he took his own life, but yeah, but that was my friend, my childhood friend. Like just coincidence, I can't help it. I got ADHD.
That's like 7 degrees. You got him. Oh, what about a favorite cereal? Well, you don't like food.
I like cereal. That's the shitty fucking food realm, and I like.
Do you have a favorite cereal?
I like. What's your Thanksgiving cereal?
I think it's Jim Gaffigan or something. It's like I eat like a fucking toddler with money. You know what I mean? It's just like give me what I want. But I used to love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't eat as much because dairy. I can't really find a milk that goes good with cereal. I'm not against artificials.
What? Have you tried the oat milk with the cereal?
Yeah, I didn't like it. She found one. My wife found something that was actually pretty good.
This is the age of 10 different milks.
I know.
Well, certain
I don't
cereals,
know which milk.
It adds a flavor. Yeah, the pairing, exactly. Certain fucking, it adds a flavor to like something that
Cinnamon Light Vanilla Rice Dream.
But I'm talking like trash Cocoa Krispies, like pure just sugar and starch, you know, like. So if you add like some like oat to that, it just throws off the whole like dynamic, you know.
There's so much sugar in that fucking Cocoa Puffs though that you could fucking eat that with water.
Well, yeah, like rice milk and all that, but that's what feels like water. You know, it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I might as well. This is like gross, and coconut water is like just God's
Oh,
jizz.
that takes
It's
yeah.
fucking,
That's
that's
too much.
sperm, dude. That shit is
Yeah.
gross.
I like the oat milk with cereal. I don't know. Just plain,
I like
plain
oat milk, just not in cereal.
Yeah, but do you do the regular non-flavored?
Well, for you, the rice water isn't thick enough.
Yeah, it's not. No, but the Sweet Dreams chocolate rice water is good.
Yeah.
So
rice
we're
milk.
going cinnamon toast crunch though. Is that
Yeah.
was that okay?
That's a
What
junkie's
if-
dream right there. That shit is great. You could live off of fucking one of those big fucking Costco boxes for like a year.
Try it with some
I used to live off Ensures. That was the only thing the old man drink, you know? That's what I'd have all the time. That was my fucking whatever thing. So that was my only like try to stay alive activity. Like I was like in my teens, like drinking Ensure and shit. People were like, my dad would have it. And I'm like, oh, chocolate milk, you know, like. But it's, and then I was like, oh, it has benefits, and I just kept. And I think it really helped keep me alive because, yeah, I was not a responsible human. I'm terrible now, and I'm not on drugs, so I can only imagine, you know.
What about you, Barfly? You got a favorite cereal?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now the recipe. the pairing is vanilla rice milk and cinnamon life.
Oh, that's
Wow.
yeah.
I
Light
like that
cereal,
too.
fucking dope.
I like cinnamon.
It's good for you. Good for you to eat it.
Cinnamon
Yeah.
Life falls in the crispy cinnamon toast crunch family. You know what I mean? Cinnamon Life is kind of a flake.
Is it though?
It just got less
it's not
sugar, is
sweet.
what
I like it a lot,
about it.
though. I like
Yeah.
that a lot too. That's one of
Yeah.
the ones I like a lot.
Favorite cartoon when you were a kid?
Battle of the Planets.
Whoa.
Oh, I don't even
Battle
know.
of the Planets. I think it had a few different names. It was a Japanese cartoon, and it
That's
was
the like G-force shit.
G-Force, exactly.
Oh,
The birds, the
Yeah,
wind.
yeah.
For me, it was like, I mean, I always love cartoons. I like all kinds of cartoons forever. But the one that like really stood out, like, whoa, this is some life-changing shit, was Robotech. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, Robotech was
Bro, that shit was nar.
So
It would go from Transformers or whatever the fuck, GoBots, and then Robotech, and then G.I. Joe or whatever, and it's like Transformers, well, everything's fine, and the universe is gonna blow up, but everyone makes it. G.I. Joe, the fucking helicopter blows up, but every time there's a parachute and everyone's fine. Robotech, people fucking died. There was interracial relationships.
Yeah.
There was interspecial relationships. There was and it was generational. It was 3 different cartoons in Japan. Don't ask me these questions, man. You're gonna get these answers. 3 different questions. 3 different cartoons in Japan. It was Macross, Southern Cross, or Macross, Southern Cross, and Mospeeda. And America took I think DIC or one of those companies,
just like
took 3 things and put it into one storyline and made it generational and made the next story the children of, and like the advancement of this story, which it kind of worked, but they're completely different, like vehicles and environments, and same animation though. But that shit, I mean, people died. Like main characters died. Roy Hunter died. Max Sterling, I think, died. Shot, blood, fucking walking away from his. I'm in like 4th grade or some shit. Every cartoon. I never seen a dead cartoon motherfucker unless it was like Fritz the Cat and they just gangbanged something and there's a dead junkie, or you know what I mean. It's not the same as like on TV after school. But I'm a big cartoon dude. I have fucking Battle Angel and Devil Hunter Yoko. I don't know if you can see that shit if you're a cartoon dude at all.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there's a combination of Devil Hunter Yoko and
Oh,
Battle
wow.
Angel, but the comics, not the fucking movie shit.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, 2 more, and then we gotta get out of here. What favorite cocktail?
Heroin. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't really have one.
Favorite
Favorite drink?
Drink.
Is it
Like what I
order.
order at the bar is a double whiskey, just like a whiskey on the rocks, like a
Do you have a
Crown
specific-
Crown
does it
Royal or
matter?
some
Oh,
shit.
you like a Crown?
Yeah, I mean, I'm never a big drinker, so I was like, I eased in with 7 and 7s and stuff, and like, but like tequila, I went to jail in Tijuana. Fucking like, there's just certain things I don't drink. I had a Russian girlfriend, but for vodka, no more of that. And like, but whiskey's always been all right with me.
Do you remember the Incredible Hulk?
Drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Went to jail because of that shit.
Yeah, that was like tear gas.
It's Hennessy,
Tear gas.
Hennessy and Hypnotic.
Yeah, it was like tear gas.
And Hypnotic is what? Blue, but when you put it with the Hennessy, it turns neon green for some reason. Me and Life.
And none of these are warning signs to anybody. They're just like, that's fucking amazing. I'm drinking it.
I'm drinking that.
Drinking that.
This is worth hearing. An Incredible Hulk story. I'll be fast. Shapeshifters on tour. Was here. Blah blah blah. With Pigeon John, all this shit. We're in New Orleans. Pre-Katrina. Our fans come. They're dressed like cowboys and ninjas, and they have a choreographed fight scene in the middle of the show. It's like some fucking flash mob shit. We were losing our minds. People gave me and Life Rexall Hypnotic and Hennessy. We're like, drink fucking Incredible Hulks. We drank a bunch of them. Long story short, broke a bunch of speakers on stage, all their lights.
Oh, shit.
Fucking, I was doing graffiti on the outside of this brick building, the club. And I had a mohawk at the time, all that shit. And this guy's like, you have to fucking do that. I was like, yeah, if I'm LA, motherfucker, I got it. Turns out that was the owner of the club. All this shit. We were on Cornerstone Ross, which was like Sublime. It was Skunk or whatever the fuck prior. We were on that label. We got out of New Orleans, and the label called and said, we were like driving to the next state, and they're like, you got to go back. And I was like, why? And they're like, well, they have your names, you and LAJ. Got to go turn yourselves in. And they were trying to arrest LAJ for a scribe in the bathroom that he did a year prior. But anyway,
shit.
Yeah. And and I was like,
It
no.
doesn't count. This is from last year.
I was like, I'm not going back to fucking. I was like, fucking lame. Don't call me on this. I'm in another state. I'm out of there. And fucking see you later. And he was like, no, they're gonna put a warrant. I was like, go ahead, Existereo. Good luck, you know. And they were like, oh, we gave them your names. And I was like, I'm off this label. That was right there. I fucking quit the label, and we didn't
Well,
go
your
back.
label snitched on you.
Fucking big time. That dude became a politician. Go figure.
Yeah,
But that's my Incredible Hulk story. That shit is nightmare.
Wow.
Not
That's
your
the
favorite
short. That's
cocktail.
the short version. There's a lot more to that shit. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We've been served, and I'm stuffed. Check, please.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shop.
Okay, we've been served. I'm stuffed. Check, please. In case I didn't say that already, like 2 peas in pod. Existereo and Barfly, don't you think?
No, I don't think.
But that was fun hanging out with them.
2 peas from different
pods.
different plants altogether.
Oh man, can you imagine what they were like in their full party days? That's like when I think of like even Dibs. Like I don't know if we never hung out with him. We didn't know him when he was in his drinking days. Big thanks to those guys for hanging out with us, though. That was awesome. Speaking of drinking days, Adrian, can you guess what my favorite cocktail is?
Sorry, I keep yawning. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Long Island iced tea.
Oh my God, are you serious?
You order them.
I've probably ordered one Long Island iced tea in the last 30 years.
No. You order them.
Where would I order a Long Island iced tea?
Oh, we were just somewhere and you ordered one, and I was like, okay, you're getting after it.
Wow, that must have been the one time I'm talking about. I've never ordered one. That's funny. I do remember we were somewhere. We were on vacation somewhere. I really never ordered that.
We were somewhere, but my guess is you're gonna say something like bougie, like that New Orleans one.
No. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I do like a Sazerac. That's pretty hardcore though. I like a Negroni a lot.
Oh yeah, see, I knew you were gonna say that.
But that wasn't what I was gonna say. When you brought up the New Orleans Sazerac one, I was like, wow. But I do like a Negroni before a meal.
Well, let's just decide what alcohol you don't like.
Well, I'm saying like. I think I like a Bloody Mary. I think I really like a Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
like
they are good.
That's a good cocktail.
The more vegetables you put in it, the better it is.
Yeah. Do you like the bacon in that, like all of that stuff?
Do I like
I know
bacon?
You don't. But if there was a vegan bacon option.
No, I wouldn't get it.
I don't
like bacon.
Oh, really? I thought you always said you liked it.
I liked it when I was in preschool, almost burned.
I thought you were going to say prison.
Smothered with syrup on it.
Oh, yeah.
But I was
What about syrup in a Bloody Mary? Oh, it doesn't matter.
I don't think I like syrup. I don't like syrup.
That's true. You don't. You always go for jam or something else.
I don't like pancakes and I don't like waffles. I don't like.
Don't like.
Don't like syrup.
I don't like that. What's the clip that Howard always plays? I don't like that.
I think it's I hate.
Yeah. I didn't have an answer to that question, the cocktail thing. I didn't have an answer, but I think it's probably a Bloody Mary. Do you have a favorite cocktail? I like a mimosa too.
I don't have a cocktail.
I know you kind of struggle when we go out if we do go over drinks. Like, what should I get?
And then I'm like, oh, this got so much sugar.
Yeah. Well, you think too much.
Maybe it's not strong enough or it's too strong. So I just get an iced tea.
We get a Long Island iced tea.
That's way too much sugar and way too strong.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with that. All right, Adrian, when was the first time? Let's ask your dish questions. When was the first time you got stitches?
In my hand, I sliced. Where's my camera? I sliced a piece of bread like this.
Oh, duh. Were you young, like teenager?
Yeah.
Did it cut real deep too?
OSHA.
I guess. Yeah, you had to get.
Yeah.
What's OSHA?
Well, not OSHA. Oh, work. What is that work thing?
OSHA is the rules that you have to follow.
Yeah. What's the work thing?
Workman's comp?
Yeah, they did it. They paid for it.
Do you know what that stands for?
Compensation.
Yes. Oh wow, I
wasn't following OSHA.
You were at work.
Yep. Just sliced my pinky.
Was that
right off.
Was that at the Italian restaurant?
Yeah.
Wow. You said you sliced it right off?
I almost sliced my pinky right off.
Oh my god. That just the thought of that makes the hair stand up on my back.
Yeah, you have to cut these little loaves of bread and put garlic butter on them.
Oh, wow.
So you just slice
Did
them
that
like
bread
crazy.
still go out?
Yeah, I squeezed extra flavoring on
gross.
it.
No, that's gross. And so, yeah, how many stitches?
I don't know.
A bunch?
I mean, my fingers are small. Probably not too many. 5.
Ooh, that's... all right, what was the worst store in the mall when you worked there?
I don't know. I liked a JMR. That was a little local store, but I don't think I liked that they had those tarantulas in cages.
Oh, did they have tarantulas in the... Oh, yeah, because they were kind of like...
Because tarantulas are pretty not antisocial, but they live in like little holes in the ground and they were so exposed. I always felt really bad for the little
Oh, did it not have
guys.
places for them to hide in there? I don't remember them having tarantulas.
Yeah.
Is that just a Utah company? JMR Chalk Garden? That was a cool shop.
It was. I bought a lot of pants there.
Yeah.
Expensive pants.
That I don't know if so people don't know, it was called JMR the Chalk Garden. That was where you'd get your
Fresh Jive.
Is
that what it was called?
No.
Fresh Jive pants?
Oh yeah, Fresh Jive pants. But that was also where you get the boots,
Doc Martens.
Doc Martens. That was like the place to buy Docs from. Yeah, it was a cool shop.
But I don't know about
mall.
the worst. I don't know.
What
do you think was the worst when you worked at the mall?
The chess place or the place that sold the North Face shit. Not North Face, but Eddie Bauer.
Oh yeah,
That's not my jam. But there were always weird ones. But yeah, I don't know. I figured that you wouldn't like the Tops. It wasn't called Tops, but like.
I just didn't go in anywhere. I just went in JMR and the Body Shop.
Yeah. Yeah, Victoria's Secret.
I went to what's that Chick-fil-A and got those French fries.
Yeah.
Those waffle fries.
Yeah, sometimes I was having a conversation with someone at the show in Michigan. She was like, sometimes I know I shouldn't be ordering from them, but sometimes at the airport, like I'm getting Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I don't think anybody cares because the lines, those guys went from the mall and then took that outside and put them like McDonald's, and they have 3 or 4 lines, cars. And then
Chick-fil-A?
then they have like 3 or 4 people out there taking their orders. I don't understand. I've never...
Well, here's a question for the people out there in the public. I've never had Popeye's chicken. Is that something totally different, or is that the same kind of restaurant as a Chick-fil-A?
I think it's popcorn chicken. Is it all popcorn chicken?
No, it's just called
I don't know.
Popeye's chicken.
I know, but I think it's all popcorn chicken.
Oh, no.
I don't know. You're asking when was the last time I ate chicken?
I know, but I've never eaten at a Popeye, so I'm wondering, maybe people can write in and let us know. Then, Adrian, what's your favorite TV series? Current favorite TV series?
Oh, well, I loved Peaky Blinders
Okay.
and Vikings,
Vikings, the show?
the TV series.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
But I don't know. It's hard. I don't like favorites, so.
Oh, I know. Everything's my favorite. Can you guess what my favorite subject to talk about is?
Your art.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. Your favorite subject to talk about is music. No, it's not that. I don't food. No.
I'll give you the answer.
Don't. Hold on. Your favorite subject to talk about is
Boy, now
yourself?
A bunch of them. Fucking A.
I don't.
Movies. I love movies. I love talking about movies. But as you were going through those, like the Utah Jazz, I love talking about old Utah Jazz. I love talking about sushi. I love talking. Yeah,
It depends because it depends on who you're talking to.
But usually,
Because not to me.
But
You don't like to
movies.
talk to anybody.
But movies is my favorite topic. I think
Your favorite thing to tell me is your lists.
list of things I got to do.
This is you in the morning. Okay, today I gotta run my prints. I gotta go and I gotta seal them, and then I gotta check my and then I gotta ship,
Cares.
and then you come in for lunch. Okay, this is what I did. I still have these to do. That's your favorite thing to talk
No, it's
about with me.
not. Well, then I'll talk to you about movies. You'll fucking love that. That'll be fun. All right, hey, let's check out a couple of clips that I was going to share with you.
Okay.
Play either one of them. I'll tell you what it is and tell me.
Oh my god.
Do you know what that is?
Yes. You giving a tattoo. Is that Maurice?
It's Brock.
Oh.
Oh, that sound.
I don't know how all those people.
You're filming that.
You're so young.
Yeah. Wild, huh? Yeah, that's me giving a tattoo. The tattoo shop was in my parents' basement.
The tattoo needle that got used over and over.
No. I had to clean. I did have a I can't remember what they call those things. What do you call those things? That
It was
clean
similar to an autoclave.
It
but
was an
it wasn't
autoclave.
a technical autoclave.
It was.
Was it?
No, what? Not the brand autoclave, but it was an autoclave. It was for tattoos. It was tattoo equipment, and I didn't use the same needles. I ordered new needles.
Oh, good.
But I autoclaved my equipment, like and all that stuff. So, but that was a tattoo I was given to an old friend of ours named Brock. A tattoo of like an alien on his leg.
Didn't look bad.
And then all right, okay, check out this other video. Check out those moves.
It almost looks like you're doing this
I know.
lap dance.
It's weird. Well, because it also I'm wearing like a traditional Samoan button-up shirt.
Is Jeremy the one with the hat and glasses?
He comes in and like gets real goofy, and you can see it's just funny because you can see in my face I'm kind of mad. Like I'm like, I want the camera's on me. I'm dancing.
Oh, what is he doing?
I don't know.
I don't know if he look at Taylor. I don't know that he'd appreciate it.
But look at you can tell I'm like,
Oh yeah, you just got serious.
yeah, I'm like I wanted the attention so bad.
Yeah.
Funny, right? Look at Dayla. She like great
know.
dancing, and yeah, that was fun.
She's just kind of chilling. She's just grooving.
Yeah, that was a fun break dancing days back in the day.
How old do you reckon you were? Who's this white kid?
That's a kid named. And we had this joke about him. He'd get mad. Like we'd be doing something, he'd get mad and take his toys home. He was the one that we'd go, "Don't me." So he would be like, "I'm taking my ball home." Like he'd just get mad and take the ball home. All right, one more or two more quick ones. Look at that. You know what he's doing there?
Yeah.
Look, he's scratching with that. Do you know what those are?
Well,
I've never seen that done before. Probably people have seen it before, and so it's no big deal to them, but...
I think he's using a device
Well, he
inside of
is.
a...
But they're cassette tapes.
He has a frog.
They're cassettes. He's scratching with the cassettes. That's fucking crazy. I've never seen that before in my life. And he's slaying it, too. I guess that must be a thing. I don't know. I thought that was cool. I saw that. I was like, whoa.
His thing.
It's an hour-long video, too. Like, I don't know. It was so cool. So, I think people should check that out. I've never seen someone scratch with cassette tape before. I don't know. It was so cool.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's got like some sort of equipment to do it, but it is just a tape.
Yeah.
So neat.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the last video. You know what it is?
Rolling tobacco leaves.
Yeah. He's making a cigar.
Yeah.
That is so satisfying to me. How long is the video?
5 minutes.
Oh, only 5 minutes? Because I watched the whole thing. I was like, I loved it. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's how they do it. It's just a continuation, like just leaves rolled, and rolled.
That's one of the hardest crops to grow, and there's really only one area in the U.S. so that you can grow it well.
Is that why Cuban cigars are so expensive?
Maybe. It probably hits all of the right areas, but it's always in rocky. You can't really grow other things there. And so when the tobacco industry really screwed up and tobacco had to kind of go down, a lot of farmers really lost a lot of livelihood and had to go pick up like other jobs because they couldn't, because they made the best bang for their buck off tobacco.
Isn't it? It's not grown in humid areas. I always think of that song, Old Tobacco
like,
Road. That song, Old Tobacco Road.
I think it kind of follows that middle Appalachia area.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe from
Pennsylvania or not Pennsylvania.
The middle area, though, like Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
The Smoky Mountain kind of region. Like there's this kind of middle area.
I would like imagine it like
Kentucky,
Louisiana
probably.
Or like sharecroppers, like where I don't know where they grow.
Oh no,
I was just thinking like the old blues songs,
like Kentucky,
Old Tobacco Road. Oh, Kentucky, yeah,
up to maybe is that West Virginia?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cool. We have a friend here in Hannibal. He grows his own tobacco.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
it's gotta be hard though.
Obviously, you can grow it, but it just takes a lot of patience and manpower because I think you can't use machines. You have to hang it all to dry, like in a covered space.
But isn't that impressive that our friend grows tobacco? Right? That's not like people don't just grow tobacco.
No.
Right?
No. But
I mean, it's not
a
like
lot of people don't grow anything, but yeah.
Well, I know, but it's not a typical thing. Like you're just like, oh, I'm going to grow my own tobacco.
Yeah.
Not like people grow their own weed. That seems pretty. Even that was kind of hard. I tried when I was a teenager.
But I think tobacco, I think the smoking it is the issue, and then all the fillers that they put in.
Yeah, so that they just roll it's just tobacco.
Nicotine isn't necessarily bad for you. It's more like a caffeine.
And the smoke is bad for you.
I think that's the smoke.
But just the tobacco itself is like caffeine, right?
Nicotine, I think it's...
Oh, is that what's in tobacco?
It's the addictive component.
The nicotine, yeah.
But I think it's not, like, horrible.
I don't know. I thought after I watched that video, I was like, am I going to all of a sudden, like, be part of it? Like,
oh, you start smoking
No,
cigars,
not smoking cigars.
Here.
I'm talking about watching cigar rolling videos. I hate the smell of a cigar. I hate it.
Oh, so do I.
It's the
You'll
worst.
have to just start rolling cigars for other people.
Yeah, I don't know. It was so satisfying. It's so cool. All right. Well, let's get out of here. Be sure to pick up Candy's 22, their latest album, Neon Room, at the Davenport through their Bandcamp at candys22.bandcamp.com. It's a really good album. It's really good. I really, really enjoy it. It's very different, but very similar to their past work. Yeah, really good. Our dish episodes, the point of them are to have a good time, but we hope through it you get to know our guests a little more personally, which hopefully inspires you to want to see their continued success. You can help with that continued success by supporting them financially through buying their music rather than just streaming it. Streaming it's good, but they don't get paid from that. So I'm going to say it every single episode. If we don't support indie music, then it will die, and that's not a good thing. Without art, we'll be a society of primates throwing feces at one another. I truly believe that because, anyway, in the comments below or in the video or in the comment section, right? Is that what you call it?
Sure.
Let us know if you have the first time you got stitches, the worst store in your local mall, and your favorite TV series. Let us know some of yours.
Yeah.
We'll share some of our favorites of your comments on our social media pages. Speaking of social media, you can find us at the Instagram, like I say all the time, DOD45W. Also, we're going to be at Rhyme Fest at the Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles, August 17th. Don't know just yet if we're doing any recording there. We're hoping to, but we will definitely be there as guests to watch the amazing lineup. So if you see us, say what's up to me. Stay clear of Adrian. Middle finger to X Twitter rags at DOD45 show. You know all of the
This
Instagrams.
is why all of your friends won't talk to me.
No, you're the one that said steer clear. You know all the things. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's so you can get notified when new episodes come out there every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And listen to our Spotify. Join our Spotify playlist called DOD45 Loves LUVS. That's our song shares. If you like any of the songs on there, be sure to support the musicians of the music through their band camps or through their merch and tangible goods, or just send them money and let them know you're thankful for their art. Okay, that's it. That's it for me. Adrian, you have anything you want to say?
What did we just talk about? Oh yeah, go watch Vikings.
Go watch Vikings and
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders, because you really like those.
And that's not most people's pick.
I think people love. I mean, that was like the number one show, Peaky Blinders.
I know. You said it was so boring.
I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I was bored.
I loved it.
But I'll maybe go back and try it out.
Just
okay.
kidding. I'm a gatekeeper.
Don't like
watch
what I like.
any
Yeah,
of my
Adrian
shows.
is a gatekeeper. That is so true. That is a true statement. Okay, like, share, subscribe, review. It helps us land our future guests. You do that for us. We'll keep these episodes ad-free. From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy drawing, happy conversing. Thanks for conspiring with us. And pick up after your pats. And pick up after your pets, people. For real. Your dog's shitting all over the lawn or all over the sidewalk. Pick it up.
That was my favorite part of owning a dog.
It's shitting on people's lawn?
No,
or cleaning it up?
And going around in the dead of winter. I wanted to always smoke because I always envied all those people out there smoking in like negative 20-degree weather, just for a reason to go
give you a
outside.
reason to go outside.
But when we had dogs, I got to go out and look through the snow to find all their
Shovel shit?
poop.
Oh. Yeah, I'm
It was
not
like
even.
Easter egg hunting.
I'm not talking about picking up your dog shit in your own yard, but you should be doing that.
I didn't like doing it with a bag. That's too gross. It was all hot.
Oh yeah,
I
because
didn't
you
like that.
fill the shovel with shit. I liked it when I was a kid. Okay, all right, everybody. I mean this about pick up after your pets. I'm over it. I'm over your dog's shitting all over my lawn.
Old man.
No, not just that. When we're out on the run on the trail,
I think some of those are bobcats.
No way.
And cats.
That dog shit that I almost stepped in today was that guy walking that little dog. It was a little dog shit. Fresh. Clean up after your dogs.
I gotta go.
All right, we're out of here. Peace.
DOD45.
Thank you for joining in on yet another episode of the DOD45 show. Please hit the subscribe or follow button so that you never miss an episode. You can even go one step further by leaving us a review on the YouTube stream or on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever it is that you stream our show from. You can find me at ArtByTai on all the socials or at ArtByTai.com. And if you'd like to follow the DOD45 show on social media, we're at DOD45W on Instagram, or you can go over to our website at DOD45.com where you can shoot us an email, join our mailing list, and watch all of our past episodes. Consider joining us for a live chat on the YouTube premieres of episodes every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Peace.